You know, he was a hard-charging running back and led the NFL with 19 touchdowns back in 1981. Now, former San Diego Charger Chuck Muncie has died. He died at the age of 60 yesterday. Joining me this morning is former Charger and current pastor of the Rock Church, Miles McPherson, who did do some playing time with Muncie. Good morning to you.
Good morning. How you doing?
First of all, as you look back, just how do you remember this guy? He was larger than life in the days he played.
Yeah, I remember two Chucks. I remember the football Chuck, the Warrior, and one play that stands out is he got hit and his helmet scraped the skin off his nose from the bridge of his nose down to the middle. I remember him coming off the field and he was just almost knocked out. They taped him up, and a lot of his pictures you'll see a Band-Aid across his nose, and he's right back out. You know, he was a warrior, but he was also a guy who had a big heart. I mean, we called him Money because Money kind of rhymed with Muncie, and he was so dependable. But people who know Chuck and knew Chuck know him as a guy who just was so happy to be alive, especially after all he's been through. You see him, you just want to keep hugging him. You know, he's a big fella physically, but also very charismatic.
He was the first one to admit years later that cocaine and all the partying probably kept him out of the Hall of Fame. He could have been there. He could have been that player.
Oh, yeah, and there was a lot of drugs. I mean, I was using cocaine my first 2 years as well, so there's a lot of good life after cocaine. And it'll kill you if you don't get off of it, but yeah, cocaine definitely kept him out of the league. I mean, my first start, the first game I started was 1984. He missed the bus to the game. And that was, I think, the end of his career with the Chargers, and it was cocaine. Yeah. And so it did ruin his football career.
You guys were like almost locker mates there.
His locker was right next to mine. That's correct.
In those days, it was all about football, though. The guy could play, and I saw a quote in the paper that he pretty much got out of the game when. I got something going on here.
You got something on.
Well, he pretty much got out of the game when they started working out year round. He didn't care for that. He wasn't big into training.
Yeah, I don't know if he got out of the game intentionally for that reason, but
right.
Yeah, off season was kind of party time. But you know, Chuck was just a big, lovable teddy bear. He had a heart of gold.
Talk about that after the cocaine, after the prison sentence. He served 18 months. Yeah. He joined up with the Boys and Girls Club, and he devoted the rest of his life to kids.
He loved kids, and I believe I went and visited him years ago out in Arizona, because I know he was doing that in Arizona as well. But he loved kids. He loved helping people. And you know, when you were around him, he was always smiling, always positive, and you wondered, is he going to turn it off or be able to just settle down? But he was so excited about people and helping people, and that's why whenever I saw him after, he was just so happy to be alive, just happy to have life and the opportunity to help people.
Perhaps the moral of the story, one of the morals is from you and from him, is there's life after doing some terrible things in your life.
Yeah, you know, at some point you got to figure out that life is not about doing what you want, it's about helping other people and enjoying every breath you have. And I want to encourage people, you know, hug the people around you, because he was a young guy. Yeah. You know, he's only in his 60s, and you know, his little grandkids that they're gonna miss him. We're going to have a memorial service at the Rock May 25th, and we'll get more information to you next week on that. Great. But it'll be a week from Saturday, and it's open to the public.
All right, a lot of Charger fans will want to be there for sure.
And we hope they come out.
All right, Miles McPherson, thank you very much. Appreciate your time.